So dear friends, a very, very happy Christmas, and today seems particularly pertinent to introduce the concept of Hygge, if you haven't come across it already. It's a Danish and Norwegian word, although I think it's more central to the Danish culture, that we don't really have a translation of directly into English, but means that coziness, that warmth, either coziness on your own or coziness enjoying time with friends. And of course it's quite central to the Danish culture because of the need to survive the boredom, the dark, the long cold nights of a winter. And the concept is really about simpleness. It's about really appreciating the everyday simple things of life, like the beauty of flowers or nature or simply the company of friends. So it's about acknowledging life around us all the time and breaking up the mundane, really learning to appreciate things. So let's get one thing straight. This might be about simpleness, but it's certainly not a condo method. Nobody's going to be thanking their socks for their service, and it's certainly not minimalism. So simple pleasures in life, like lighting a candle or enjoying a very hot cup of tea or coffee, that sort of thing. And of course, I don't need to tell you that as caravanners and motorhomers and campervanners and so on, I'm sure most of us have experienced this concept, even if we've not come across this word before. Especially if we take winter trips in our vehicles. So the idea of cozying up in a modern leisure vehicle, all lovely and warm and snuggly inside, and it could be blowing an absolute hoogie outside. Anyway, if you haven't come across this concept before, or you want to improve your approach to Hygge, then here are some of the things we do to really create that special cozy atmosphere. So 85% of Danes asked about creating the perfect Hygge environment mentioned candles. So here's an ultra-safe version we use in our caravan. And don't even think about going anywhere without your blanket. So we've got a set of these things. These are Outwell blankets, and they're made of microfiber. And I wish this was more interactive because this stuff is absolutely gorgeous. It's so soft, it's unbelievable. So it's microfiber, so it's pretty tough. It washes very well, it feels wonderful against your skin, and these things fold up into their own little pouch, which I will attempt to show you. If I can find the right end. No, not there. Here we go, the pouch is stitched into the blanket, so we just need to get the blanket folded into thirds and then rolled up, and you can see it doubles as a pillow, which is rather handy. So it has these square stitched quilted sections, which makes life a bit easier when you're trying to fold it up sitting down. It's a Blue Peter moment, should have had one I made earlier. Okay, so there it is, the right size. So then you just flip the pouch around. There we go, one super soft blanket folded up into its pillow size and with a handy carry handle. So much easier to live with on the move than a huge woolen thing. Anyway, thinking about what to wear, you need a Hygge busker. This apparently is a pair of trousers so comfy and so possibly old and embarrassing that you wouldn't dare wear them in public. So I'm not going to show you mine. Just remember to pack yours and a cosy jumper. What I will show you is these funky slippers that we keep in the caravan. I'm all for making getting away in the caravan as simple as possible because I know it will be me doing all the prep, outdoors and in. So we leave the caravan packed with spare everything, toothbrushes, all the rest of it. Everything except for clothes and the first night or so's fresh food. So these are my caravan slippers. Yes, dear people, I do own Crocs and wear them proudly all around the sighted summer, but only on caravanning holidays. Or actually I use them as slippers in the house as well, but they don't get worn in the general public sphere. And to save poor Dan Trudgeon any extra stress when we went to Torafest, I did leave them behind and took a pair of slip-on trainers instead. You can thank me later. So these slippers are fleece lined, they're shower proof, and they're made by a company called Summit. They've got these waterproof soles on them, so I can potter around the caravan and the awning with toasty toes. Though I wouldn't want to be schlepping across a muddy field to refresh the water barrels, because then I wouldn't be able to wear them back indoors. The kids who have much more subtle tastes than mine have black ones. As to Hygge food, here's a great excuse for falling off the healthy eating bandwagon. Apparently the high level of meat, cakes and coffee consumption in Denmark is directly linked to the concept of Hygge. But from a caravan cooking point of view, it's all down to taking the time to prepare and savour the process and the food. So pack that slow cooker, have a go at baking some bread in the caravan oven, and of course cake is very hyggeligt, apparently, as is hot chocolate, but not so much carrot sticks or celery. So a shared hearty stew or a bowl of popcorn is in, and raw veg sticks are definitely out. Even better if you can slowly share the food in a warm environment lit by candlelight. That's not to say that all healthy foods are out. Porridge is very hygge, though usually served or made with milk or cream rather than tap water. Apparently the food must feel like a hug, if that's possible. Worry about the diet later. Then what about activities? Well, whatever relaxes you really, be that reading a book, watching a film, or even just walking in nature. If you can read your book, do so in a hygge krog, which is apparently a little cosy nook, preferably with a blanket and a steaming cup of hot tea. That's even better. Sounds just like the front corner of a caravan sofa to me. The next thing is to find something that you can all do together quietly and be relaxed by doing so. So don't be feeling guilty about screen time. Okay, we don't have a TV in our caravan, but what we do have, we carry around in this little pouch, is this rather handy cinema cube. So this thing does both the video and the audio, so it's stereo, there's a speaker on that side and another one on that side, and has all these great inputs on the back. And this is brilliant, you know, you just set it up with its little tripod, and we've got a fire stick as well, so we can have remote control wherever we go. And this does a really good job actually, get a surprisingly good picture out of that. So in the summer you can sit outside and project it all up onto the wall of the side of the caravan, or in the winter I have made a little curtain actually that goes across the middle, which I will show you at some point. So that's really great. And then of course if there are only 3 of us on a trip, it's pretty easy to get us all into the big bed at the back and cozy up with a laptop at the foot end of the bed anyway. So one of the things I insist on carrying around with me, which Dad on a Mission thinks is completely ridiculous, and to be fair he's probably right, but anyway it creates a nice atmosphere, is our lovely little potted plant. Now this is an artificial one, but just about passes for real, and saves me the extra stress, if you like, of trying to appreciate these things but having to go out to a florist or something. So it just takes that stress away, because I know I'm going to be doing all the outside and the inside prep before we set off, and quite a lot of the setup when we get anywhere. So it's just about simplifying and taking away as many stresses and strains and should-dos as possible. And so for me, having found a possible artificial plant, simpleness rules over telling myself that I should really get to the florist and buy some fresh flowers every time we turn up somewhere. Anyway, IKEA sell these little plants, and they're reasonably passable as the real thing. So here's some other things that we've got going on to create that hygge environment. We try as much as possible to keep things away in cupboards, because whilst knickknacks and purposefully placed things are in, untidy spaces that stress you out aren't, because of the stress factor. And then of course there's the ubiquity of fairy lights. These create the perfect space. We've got a mix of warm yellow main lights and really harsh bright white task lighting, so we can alter the caravan's mood pretty easily. And of course if you're on a site that will allow it and the night is clear, then you can gather around a campfire wrapped up in those blankets with a pot of stew bubbling on the fire. And I guess the ultimate for hygge, not just the environment, but get yourself on a fully service pitched, and then that really simplifies having to sort the van out. So that's it, another great reason why camper vans and caravans and motorhomes and so on and so brilliant. Just get out there in nature, but enjoy coming back to a lovely cozy warm space. So from us to you, have a really, really wonderful and happy Christmas, and may 2020 make all your dreams come true. Bye for now.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish